My name is Michaela, and this is my Octave love story. Self-love to me is just putting yourself first. I feel like we live in a society, especially as Black men and Black women, where we don't really put ourselves first. And especially as a Black woman, I feel like I kind of fall victim into the strong Black woman role. So self-love is just like embracing like the soft life, like just loving yourself, putting yourself first, and just putting your needs first, because we don't always do that. A self-care day to me is sleeping in. I'm not waking up early at all. I really love doing like skincare, starting with like my toner, starting with like a good moisturizer. I really love stuff like that. Maybe a face mask, and then staying in and cooking, maybe watching Netflix, binging something, and then like ending the day like with like a workout so I can feel like I did something. You know, little satisfaction. I'd say through college, I kind of started college putting like my worth in like the hands of other people. But then I kind of just had like a liberating experience where I feel like if other people can be in like the same positions, then I could do it as well. So just kind of like knowing my worth and like just like not just being in like an experience where I know that I can be in like the same positions as others, and just really giving myself that credit. And then once I did that, then my worth is based off of how I feel. I don't really care like how other people think anymore, because they can determine what I do with my life. Just because I do come from a family where both of my parents are educated, they both make a good amount of money. I didn't really know who I was, just in the sense of I thought you have to know your worth from like trauma and like traumatic experiences. And I just kind of felt normal. I kind of felt like I've never been through anything too crazy in that sense. But then I just had to tap into like what I really value, which is family, which is social justice, which is women empowerment, and really tapping into that aspect of myself. And I feel like that's where I really like found my why and my worth, and just knowing that I am beautiful and I have a lot of people that support me and I support them, and just knowing like why I'm here. I think that being an older sibling, and also like being an Aries and tapping into like the leadership qualities and the independent qualities, and just having to put like a hard exterior, sometimes it's hard to really understand how I'm really feeling and really tap into those vulnerable moments. When COVID hit, I had a lot of times where I was by myself, and I really had to understand that maybe, you know, I am sad, maybe I am insecure, or maybe I actually am going through stuff, and actually give myself the vulnerable time to adjust and just acknowledge those feelings. So I think what has holding me back is just having to be perfect and just have that fake exterior. But I'm learning to get out of it. I'm learning to be more vulnerable, learning to love myself and like the imperfections. And I think that's what definitely has held me back, but it's not holding me back anymore. Yeah, so I think I've definitely painted myself as an extrovert to most people. However, I'm not. I'm like a learned extrovert and really an introvert at heart. So when it comes to friendships, I think it's important to like set those boundaries and let people know, like, you know, sometimes you don't want to hang out. Sometimes it's not the day for that. Sometimes you don't want to talk to someone like 24/7. So all of my close friends and best friends, like, we have that understanding that, you know, we might not have to hang out all the time. We might not have to talk all the time, just because my social media might not always be on 10. But just like understanding that and setting that boundary for myself, knowing that if I am hanging out with someone at a time when I just can't do it, it's just not going to be a happy moment. So just putting that boundary has definitely helped my self-care, helped me prioritize myself, as well as have expectations in my friendships so where they understand what's going on. And when we do hang out, we're good. When I look at myself in the mirror, I definitely see somebody that is extremely hardworking, somebody who is confident in who they are, somebody who it took a long way to get there. Just like, I feel like I've had fake confidence at first, but just knowing that I truly love myself, I truly give myself credit for where I am. Sometimes it's hard to do that, but you know, sometimes you have to flex a little bit, give yourself credit for where you are. And just somebody that's just really just embracing just being like in my femininity, and just being like really nice and like really soft, and just like feeling pretty and traveling and just doing stuff that makes me happy. This is my me season. Okay, so I have 3 things I want to leave you guys with. One is to always put yourself first. Sometimes it's really easy to put others before yourself, but you have to love yourself. So put yourself first. 2, know when to say no. Don't say yes to everything. That's when stuff gets a little hectic. Again, put yourself first, know when to say no. And 3, know your strengths and weaknesses. Know what you're good at and know what you're not so good at so that you can show up for yourself at all times and you can be the best person and like the best person that you can be.